Hi there. This week I thought it was about time that I shared some new, well, at least to me, some new products. I've been sent quite a few lately from some very kind PRs, and I've also been buying a few new things because I've just been feeling so much better about my skin since I dealt with the whole maskne thing. I really changed up my routine and opted for hydration, and very gentle exfoliation. So because things have kind of been okay, I've been mixing a few new bits in. So I wanted to share with you things that I've been sent and things that I've purchased, and all of them are things that I love right now. One thing that I've always felt as a beauty journalist, it's really easy to try everything, and you can't do that. You cannot try everything that someone sends you, which is why sometimes I can be a little bit funny about influencers who one week they're saying use this acid, the next week they're saying use this retinol. Then they're not really telling you when and where. It's just like paid promotion ad. So it's really important not to bombard your skin. So what I like to do when I am sent something new is, unfortunately, it waits in the beauty cupboard for a while. But these things are things that I've really brought into my routine. The usual way I'll bring in something new is I will either wait until a favorite of mine has finished, or if, say, I'm sent a salicylic acid cleanser and I have something similar already in my routine, I'll just switch that in every now and then and just see how it goes. That way I can kind of give a better review over time when I've tried something a few times a week, and then I slowly build it in. So every product that I mentioned today, I've used at least twice, and many of them I use daily and some twice daily. I'll be sure to leave links in the show notes, whether you're watching or listening. But first of all, let me start with toners. I thought that would be a really good place to start because most of us use a toner after we've done our cleanse. So these are two that I'm obsessed with right now, but for two really different reasons. Okay, so first toner is the Ole Henriksen Glow 2.0 Dark Spot Toner from the Transform range. I've heard loads about this vegan toner. It promises to target dark spots, fine lines, wrinkles, and smooth texture. And texture is a big bugbear of mine. Everybody has texture, but for me, I have more than the average. I get a lot of hormonal breakouts, which can often lead to texture and also lead to dark spots, which take a while to kind of calm down. This facial toner contains AHAs, so glycolic and lactic acids, and I was kind of gifted this by a PR. For me, when something contains AHAs, I'm not someone that's really going to use it in the daytime as a quick exfoliator underneath makeup. My skin is just not made that way. I am really sensitive. I would get really red. So for me, this toner is purely a nighttime thing. So first impressions, it smells like sweet lemonade. It looks and feels like water and dries down really quickly. Honestly, the morning after the first night I used this, I noticed a difference. I felt a difference in my skin. It was just smoother. It felt finer, smoother. I've already said that, but yeah, I really liked it. It's still early days, but I think this is the first product in a really long time that has actually done something to work with. I have like a really small patch of kind of, I don't know if it's sun damage, hyperpigmentation, and nothing seems to get rid of it, but I feel it's actually slowly disappearing thanks to the Ole Henriksen toner. I'm definitely going to use this until it's completely run out. I'll just show you. I've actually used not loads, a little goes a long way, and I do use this with a pad to really kind of like add extra exfoliation. So I really like it, and I'm definitely going to be purchasing again. So the second toner that I'm loving is the Isntree Green Tea Fresh Toner. I was sent this by Cosrx, which is an amazing online K-beauty store. I'm hoping to get the founder on the podcast soon, actually, so stay tuned. I've purchased quite a few Isntree products from Cosrx. Many of them are from the hyaluronic range, so again, very much about hydration. But they sent me this Green Tea Fresh Toner, and it's actually become a daily part of my routine, and I can hopefully prove that to you by showing you how much of it is left. Like, I use it every day. The reason I love it is when I first got it, I thought it would be a really good addition to my kind of skincare for traveling. We went to London for a weekend and I didn't want to take an oil cleanser that may or may not leak in my bag. I've got my favorite one, but the nozzle's a bit weak and I just didn't want to carry it. So I thought, at least if I use this, I can take off the first bit of makeup and then do a proper cleanse. And it actually really worked. Considering it's not an oil cleanser, it really, really worked. And it's not meant to be for taking your makeup off before anyone tells me that they've had issues with it. But honestly, I found it great for taking off the first layer of makeup, you know, get in there with a pad. Obviously not eye makeup. It really wasn't doing anything. But for me, this was so refreshing. It's really good. You could literally use it any time of the day to freshen up your skin, which actually makes me think that maybe they should add a spray, or at least give you the option of adding a spray. It's so refreshing. I cannot overstate that. It's made with 80% jeju green tea extract, which is known for its anti-inflammatory benefits, and it promises to refresh oily and combination skin, leaving it feeling balanced and rejuvenated throughout the day. It definitely ticks all those boxes. I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through the bottle, and it has become my morning go-to. I love using this after cleansing and before I apply a hydrating spray and serum. It just feels clean but really light. It's really gentle and, again, really refreshing. It's definitely a product that I would always take with me when I'm traveling, purely for that kind of refreshing vibe. So basically, I love this. So a product that goes really well with my Isntree toner is the Disciple London Juicy Mist. First of all, I love the name because juicy is my vibe right now. I think it is everybody's, really. And if you know your skincare ingredients, then you'd be right in assuming that Juicy Mist is most likely all about that moisture magnet hyaluronic acid. I had the Disciple founder, Charlotte Ferguson, on the podcast recently as part of my Meet the Founder series. I was really attracted to the healing aspect of the product Charlotte creates. She is a sole founder. She's a psychotherapist who created these products that are all about de-stressing the skin and ultimately addressing inflammatory skin issues such as acne, rosacea, things that are linked to stress. As such, Juicy Mist contains aloe vera to plump up the skin and orange blossom to relax and rejuvenate you. This spray has really become my go-to in between hydrating layers. So I'll do my toner, then do the Juicy Mist, then do a serum, then do Juicy Mist, then do moisturizer. You get the picture. If there was one thing I could change about Juicy Mist, which I do love it, it would be the orange blossom. And that's just because I don't like the smell of orange blossom. I've never been a fan, but it's a small price to pay for the glow. Do you guys love orange blossom? I don't mind a little bit of rose. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you're watching, and let me know if you're listening, if you love orange blossom and you don't get why I've got a problem with it. Another small British beauty brand that I love to talk about is the Glowcery shop. I feel quite proud of this brand, not because I discovered them, but basically I had the founder, Roshan Dorset, on the podcast back in April 2020, which was when the pandemic hit. For me, it was also a time when I decided to get really consistent with the podcast. But if you can imagine launching a beauty business and then being told, you know, ingredients can't come in, you can't send things out, you can't pack and send products anymore, you have to close everything, like that happened to Roshan. And in the episode, which I'll share a link to actually, Roshan talked about how affirmations and following the very kind of positive vibes only ethos of The Secret. And she said that really got her through. And thankfully, we're in 2021 and more than surviving, the Glowcery shop is really thriving. In fact, Roshan just launched several new products. And one I wanted to talk about today is the Golden Nectar Nourishing Body Oil. You know, when you just need an extra layer of something that seals in moisture, you want your skin to look glowy, and I'm talking about the body here. It's just great for sealing in hydration, but also when you use it, it kind of takes you out of your body. You kind of take a deep breath when you apply this, and that's because of the fragrance. It's quite delicate, but it's still really, I find it very relaxing. It's great pink grapefruit and patchouli. It's made from strawberry seed oil and passion fruit oil. So both of which I believe are very quick drying on the skin. So it's not going to damage any of your clothing, which has happened to me in the past with other oils. Also, because Roshan is all about the details, when you purchase this, you can either purchase it with a pipette dropper or choose a refillable option that comes with a recyclable aluminium cap. Taking it back to the face now, I wanted to talk about the Cosrx Advanced Snail Radiance Jewel Essence. Okay, former guest Ellie Luna loves this stuff. I think I've heard her rave about it on Instagram and on Eunice TV. She really loves it. She loves it so much that when I told her I'd finally bought it, she told me that I'd finally come into the light. And I really do know what she means now. When I eventually purchased it, my first impressions were it's kind of slimy. But I think that might have been because I'm focusing on the whole snail mucin thing. Like there's so much of that outside right now. It freaks me out. But yeah, it's a little bit slimy. It's a little bit slippery, very viscous, but at the same time water-like. Snail mucin, by the way, is very popular in K-beauty products. It's known for being able to protect the skin against moisture loss. So obviously that makes sense in a skincare product. But this is actually 2 essences in one. Each time you pump the product, an equal amount of each of the essences are dispensed. And like I say, it's very viscous, but when it's on and layered the way that I do with, a hydrating mist before and after, it just sinks in and it's actually a great base for makeup. The key thing that I learned about this is it made my skin feel how it used to feel when I would use one of my favorite serums ever, which is Glossier Super Pure. If you've listened to or read any of my stuff, you'll know that I've always been a Super Pure fan, and I really got upset when it sold out for a very long time. But I think the reason I love this as much as Super Pure is because they both contain niacinamide. Niacinamide is very good for my skin. It does wonders at keeping it calm when it's red, when it's hormonal, when it's feeling sensitive. I can't really put my finger on what this serum or essence does, but I do know that I like it. And on the bottle, it says it will enhance your skin's plumpness and radiance. And I agree. I'm definitely going to buy this again. I think I'm more than halfway through. So moving on to masks, which I try and slot in twice a week. I'm going to share 2 that do 2 very different jobs. First up is another Isntree product. It's the Real Mugwort Clay Mask, which I don't know why whenever I say it, it makes me think of Harry Potter. But anyway, this was sent to me along with the green tea toner. But usually I'm very wary of clay masks, which is another reason why this one kind of sat in the cupboard for a little while. I used to be, I wouldn't say a fan of, but I was really into using, the bentonite clay with apple cider vinegar. It's very tough. Like you put it on your face and, when you smile, it starts cracking up. And I think you kind of think, you can be led to think that's a good thing. Like it's cracking up, it's sucking everything out of my skin. But for me, it literally sucked the life out of my skin. I would always end up just red and sensitive and very uncomfortable, almost inflamed. And if I would ever use bentonite clay or some other clays when I had a hormonal breakout, it just did not do anything for me. I know it's meant to detoxify, but I must have been using the wrong one, because this one is a soft clay mask, and I need to look up, I should have looked up what mugwort extract does, shouldn't I? It uses real mugwort extract and leaf powder, and both are meant to target excess sebum production. So it's really good prep for if you're going to wear makeup and you've got quite a long day and you are prone to getting oily, like, T-zone areas. This kind of hoovers up the excess sebum, but it does not leave your skin dry. If anything, it just leaves your skin really soft. It's also soft because it's got very fine exfoliating granules in there. I don't know if that's the mugwort itself or the leaf powder, but it's very fine. It's very, very gentle, far more gentle than some supposed gentle exfoliators claim. It promises to refresh exhausted skin, and honestly, I really think it does that. I've used it a couple of times. Literally, I think I've left it on my skin for about a minute. And when I wash that off with cold water, my skin just has a brightness to it. It looks really fresh and really soft. So like I said, it's perfect for makeup prep. The second mask that I'm loving is the Youth to the People Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask. I love this product. I first heard about it when former guest Gabrielle Alvarez shared on her stories that she loved using it underneath her retinol at night. I purchased a small sample as part of a Cult Beauty Skin Edit box, I think it was. And the sample lasted me quite a few nights. I just loved how it felt. I loved how it smelled. And luckily, I was gifted a full-size jar after that. So I get to use it way more often. The consistency is almost buttery. It's very creamy, and it instantly feels like it's going to leave your skin nourished. I was a bit scared that it might feel overnourished and perhaps congested, but I was pleasantly surprised. What I really love is that I apply it at night, and whenever I wake up the next morning, my skin is so soft. It's plump, it's glowing. And as Gabby suggested, I've used it underneath retinol as well. And I think it does a really great job of buffering, those active ingredients. So the product itself is a cocktail of hyaluronic acid, squalene, glycerin, and betaine. So basically all ingredients that are about flooding the skin with hydration. It also contains THD ascorbate, which is an ultra-stable form of vitamin C, which probably explains the glow that you experience after using it. I really love this. Like I said, I love the smell. I think it could be a great mask for times when your skin is stressed and you don't want to do too much, but you still just want to give it a little bit of love. I'm interested to see what it would do if I used it a few nights in a row, so I'll let you know. But let me know if it's something that you've used. And also let me know your favorite hydrating mask, because as we move into like these colder temperatures, I'm all about those hydrating gel-like. So drop me a DM over at Beauty Me Podcast. Let me know your favorite masks. Now, I'm actually really new to Youth to the People products, and which is kind of mad because I'm actually going to share a second one with you. I've always wanted to try this brand, and I think it's so great that they're finally available in the UK. I am loving their super gentle, super berry hydrate and glow dream oil. Very similar to the mask, but if you know me and my maskne journey, you'll know that oils have been strictly out of bounds for me for, I think it must be about 6 months now. When I first was trying to tackle my maskne with the help of an esthetician friend, she said, no more oils. What oils do, they can kind of trick you into thinking that your skin is hydrated. And if you think about it, it makes sense. We put all these products on and then we put oil on top. And what does oil do? It gives you that glow, but it's just a surface glow. Underneath, my skin was actually really dehydrated and sensitive. So I stopped using oils and switched to water-based hydration, and things turned around massively. However, as I've had a really good break from oils, and as I said, I haven't used many Youth to the People products before, I really wanted to try this oil. It smells really nice. So I just thought, let me try a little bit on top. I only use it on nights when I'm not using anything else. So nights where I just cleanse, tone, moisturize, and I'll put some of this on top, and mainly just on my cheek area because that's where I can get dry. I don't really bother putting it around my chin or on my forehead because I get quite oily there. I really actually like it. I think it just leaves skin very soft and with a subtle glow. And most importantly, it does not leave my skin congested, which is what I've felt with heavier oils in the past. The ingredients include maki, acai, prickly pear, and goji, which, like the Super Berry mask, are just all about hydrated skin that glows. And so far, it's a keeper for me. I'll definitely stick to using it a couple of times a week. Finally, I've got 2 lip products that I'm obsessed with. Both of them are all about protection. First up is the Cult Lip Sleeping Mask from Laneige, a South Korean brand from Amore Pacific. I've seen this mask all over Instagram. You probably have as well. I feel like it's been around forever. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It comes in lots of different colors and flavors and fragrances now. I think I bought this as part of the Skin Edit box that I mentioned earlier on from Cult Beauty, full size. And I just have to say, I use this every single night. I used to try and use it during the day, but my husband actually ended up stealing it off my lips most of the time. So now it's just a nighttime thing. The smell of the one that I have is like strawberry milkshake. I love it. Although I was told by somebody more, someone more in keeping with like K-beauty trends, she told me that the apple lime one is the one that is like the best one. But I think they must all be the same formula. They also have grapefruit. They have a lemon sorbet one. But for me, it's the texture, even more so than the fragrance. It feels like a really luxurious lip treat. It feels like you're just coating like a thick, creamy gel-like texture onto your lips that doesn't just come off unless you kind of lick it off, because it does taste really good. I love to wear this every night. And also it's great for lip prep. I don't know about you, but I can get quite dry lips like around the edges. If you just put a load of this on, carry on doing the rest of your makeup, come back, get a warm flannel and kind of buff off the excess, you're good to go with your lip products. Love it. And I think I'm going to be buying one of the other flavors. Since I first reviewed Ultraviolet's Screen Queen SPF, I've been trying out a few of the other SPFs and also the SPF 50 Sheen Screen Hydrating Lip Balm. I wish they would stop doing these rhyming, alliterative names, but yeah, the lip balm. I wanted to try one of the neutral colored ones in nude or rose, but they've both been consistently sold out on Space NK, which is Ultraviolet's main UK supplier, stockist, I think. So instead, I bought the shimmer version, and I'm not been disappointed, to be honest. One thing that this is really nice for is wearing over any lipstick or lip liner. Because I bought the shimmer one, it has got this. It's actually like this golden yellowy color, but when you put it on, it's got like a slight pink sheen to it. So it's really pretty. It actually reminds me of like Fenty Glow, but not as glossy. So I love to wear it on top of a lipstick, but also it is my daily go-to anyway. The fact that it's SPF 50, the fact that it has shea butter and vitamin E in it, for me, it is perfect for heading to the gym. So it's always in my bag. I actually think it's the perfect product to have like one of each in all of your bags. It's strictly a daytime thing for me. I absolutely love it. And as soon as the nude or rose comes back in stock, I'm probably going to buy them. Let me know if you've tried it. So that's everything. That is everything that I've been loving in the beauty cupboard this past month or so. I'm probably going to try and do these episodes more regularly. Still getting into the YouTube flow. But if you like this, if you want to see more of this, please let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you next time.